Dear listeners, has the SOC issue damaged investors' confidence in Malaysia? This is the question that I shall examine in today's video. In my last video, I explained that shaping a positive view of the international community is a vital national interest because our economic development and progress depends on it. Therefore, I said that using religion to incite boycotts of the KK Mat, despite calls by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, the police and authorities, suggests that religious sentiments could override rule of law and damage legitimate economic activity. This is a dangerous trend and could negatively impact the international community's views and ultimately hurt investments. However, one viewer disagreed. He did not believe that the incessant calls to boycott the KK Mat and the firebombs could frighten investors. So has the SOX issue damaged Malaysia's standing? This is a very complex question. Foreign investors may not be direct with their views in official communication. Hopefully, our diplomats and officials in these countries are listening and picking up the signals. But for the purpose of our discussion, media reports and search trends can provide quick clues. And this is what we are going to do today. I did a quick check of the international media coverage of Malaysia and the global search trends in the last 7 days. Although the search was not comprehensive, the results were telling. The first observation is that the issue had indeed attracted interest in the foreign media. Among the papers that had covered the issue are the Washington Post, United States, Le Monde, France, South China Morning Post, Hong Kong, The Guardian, UK, Straits Times, Singapore, Al Jazeera, Times of India, BBC, Reuters, and several papers in ASEAN, and even a paper in Nigeria. I have put the links to some of these reports in the description below. Feel free to check them out. In addition, the issue has also been shared in X, formerly known as Twitter, and some think tanks. The second observation is that in countries like the US, UK, and China, there were days when the interest about the SOX issue far exceeded the commonly searched terms such as tourism in Malaysia, for example. So what can we conclude? First, most of the media are from countries that happen to be major trading partners and sources of direct investment in Malaysia. Two, since we know that the media will cover news that are of interest to its readers, we can assume that this issue is of substantial interest in these countries. The search terms also substantiates this observation. We started by asking if the SOX issue had affected investor confidence in Malaysia. It is definitely too soon to say, but from the media data, we cannot discount the possibility either, can we? Hopefully, Wisma Putra, MITI and other officials are working to put up a comprehensive report on the actual and potential impact of this issue. Irrespective of the outcome, we must be careful. As a smallish state, we do not have the advantages of the larger economies. We live in a strategically competitive geography. New competitors are quickly catching up. On top of it, the traditional attributes that gave us an edge in foreign investments are being eroded with new economic drivers, artificial intelligence and other factors. With such odds stacked against us, we cannot afford to damage investor confidence with corrosive racial and religious politics that spills over into the economic domain. Please come around the new consensus to protect our national interests. As a final note, I would like to remind those in positions of influence that you have a duty to keep this country safe by steering clear of divisive politics, because your actions may affect ordinary Malaysians who may not realize the harm that this kind of politics does to our national interests. Before I end, let me take this opportunity to wish everyone Eid Mubarak and Selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri to all our Muslim friends. Thank you very much.